What's up, YouTube? This is the one and only Master Mitch, and I'm back with another video. And I have another special guest, the beautiful, talented, smart, hilarious, crazy Miss Makeupcraze, you guys. Your girl don't know how to do her makeup. No brows, no lashes, no nothing. So she is here to teach me how to do my brows. So you guys stay tuned, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Come along and ride on the hey. Disclaimer, I have already groomed her brows. She came earlier this week and she got her brows waxed and tinted. So they are a little, well actually it was last week, so they are still a little bit tinted. So grab all your brow products, which will be your spoolie. You need a brow pencil, and if you want to sculpt your brows out with concealer, you'll need that too. Okay? All right, get your stuff. We'll be here. Okay, so you have all of your things, and I won't necessarily be in the camera, so just keep your eyes on Tiffany's brows. So whenever you are filling in your brows, ladies, you want to brush up the brows with your spoolie first. In this way, it allows you to see all of the sparseness, if you do have any sparseness where it might be, where you really need to fill it in at, so that way you are not overfilling your brows and making them look thick and like overdrawn, really. So now that I see where her brows need to be filled in at, that's where I'm going to take my pencil and fill in. Now, another thing about your brows is your facial shape. You don't want to make your brows too high or too arched if that is not the way your face is structured. You want to make sure that the brows fall nicely and they just fit with your facial shape. So in order to do that, my trick is to make sure that the brows are the same thickness from this area to the point of the brow or the arch of the brow, and then it falls off very thin once you're getting to your point. Now, if you follow that simple rule, every time you fill in your brows, you are bound to win, okay? With the battle against your brows. So I am going to give myself just sort of a guideline, and I'll list what I'm using, but I'm actually using the MAC pencil. This one is the MAC stud pencil. Okay. And this is a pencil that I like to use, and it's from MAC. It's the MAC stud pencil, and it comes with the spoolie actually on one end and the pencil on the other. So don't pay attention to my nails. We are in the corona. You can give yourself a guideline by drawing a line on the top of your brows and a line on the bottom of your brows to make sure you color within the lines versus filling them in naturally like I do, because I have an eye for brows. So if you really don't know how your brows should be sculpted, then you would draw a line on the top, and as I said, you're making sure that these, from this point of the brow to the arch, is the same width, okay? So I'm just gonna, and y'all, her brows, you know what? Her brows are already still nice. I forgot that I filled in your brows. So once I get that part, you already see how there is a little bit right there in the arch area that needs to be filled in. And I know that because it's not the same width to the arch area. So I'm gonna have to go in here and lightly just fill it in. Okay? And for the point of the brow, as you're falling off that arch, of course, you can draw a line on the top and a line on the bottom, but you are just gonna drop that line and fill it in that part. And I'm gonna step back and look at the brows. Of course, we can come right around here in the front area and just put a few fake brow hairs because that's where it's sparse at. Just filling it in a little bit here and there. So there is her brow, and as you can see, it is a little bit different from the one on the, I think it's your right, our left, or my right, her left. However, this is the one that's filled in. So again, like I said, you're gonna fill in a top line and a bottom line, making sure that in this part up into the arch is the same width. You know what I mean? This is the width of the brow, and as you can see, it's the same width. When you get to the arch, we fall off into a point. We're not going past where her eye ends. And if you want some little guideline on where to start your brows, you can simply put your pencil right there in the middle of your that one nostril and lay it right there, and that's where it should start. We are now gonna fill out the other brow. And I'm pushing up her brow. Y'all, brows are sisters and not twins. So they're not gonna be perfect. They're not gonna be like the exact same everything. There's no possible way, okay? Unless like you measure them, and who's doing that in the mornings? Okay, so again, I'm going to draw a line on the top and a line on the bottom as my guideline. And then I'm gonna fill it in, okay? Making sure that it's the same width. And because it's the same width, then I know that they will look a little bit more alike than not. And you see how I made that line disappear? Sometimes you can do that if your pencil is a little bit too dark to give us what we need. So I'm gonna go right in there and fill that in. And down. Don't be afraid if you mess up. It's okay. Because you can always go back in and correct it with just brushing it up simply. You can simply brush it up to correct it. Or how I'm about to show you, you can use your concealer. Moving on to the part that everybody loves. I think this is the part that has really driven me crazy about how women fill in their brows, because not every time do you have to sculpt them up and have them looking all extra dragged and raced out. You can have your brows looking very natural just like this and really leave the house because they look great. But what I'm gonna do is just give them a little bit of pop, because that's what y'all like sometimes. The only thing is, ladies, you need to make sure that you are using a concealer that is not too light for your complexion. So if you want to highlight your brows, then you use a concealer that is a tone or two lighter than your skin tone. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not ghostly white. Okay, so I went a tone or 2. I'm actually mixing them so it doesn't look too bright. And I'm just gonna go very lightly right up under her already nicely filled in brow. And just put a little bit of concealer. And notice I'm wiping the concealer off my hand, off the brush, because I don't want it to be too sculpted. Y'all see? And I know they usually will fill in the top part too. I'm sorry, not fill in, but sculpt out the top part. That's not my portion. I'm not gonna do that. I pretty much just like for it to look as natural as possible. For the other one, gonna do exactly the same thing. Just gonna go under there very lightly, just to make that arch pop. And then I'm gonna bring it down because I don't want it to look like she has on too much concealer, and I want it to blend out very nicely. Now, this is all you need, ladies. This is all you need. It's beautiful, right? Right! So I already previously gave her a little concealer under her eyes, a little powder, and just a little foundation and blush, just so it went along with the brows. I would suggest that also if you're gonna fill in your brows and sculpt them out, because it almost will look like whenever my clients ask me to do just their eyes. It does not go, okay? So, there you have it. There are her brows filled in nicely and lightly sculpted out. It's beautiful. So now that you know how to fill in your brows, you need to take because this was just like a quick. We know that we like the sick and shut in right now, honey. We are in the house, nothing to do, nails looking a mess. Take this time and do a few of the things that you want to do, like take a brow class, take a lash class with me online, take a one-on-one makeup class with me online. I've already did run-throughs on those classes. They work. Danielle Eyebrow. You can go on my website and appointments or somewhere or another over there, you can find how to take classes with me, okay?
So you guys, that's it for the video. Link to her social media, which is Instagram, and also her YouTube page will also be in the description. Make sure you go and subscribe to her and go and follow her on Instagram so you guys can learn some more stuff.
Yes!
Master Mitch signing off. Peace.
Bye.